Hello, this is Dallas Caballero here, and I just wanted to do a quick reactions review of Payback 2016. Let's get into it. Let's start with the pre-show with Kalisto and Ryback for the United States Championship. Very impressive match. I know they faced each other at WrestleMania, and they have this little feud going. Ryback's not happy with his positioning. Kalisto has been on the pre-show constantly. They're both very talented in their own ways of what they do. I know they're not the absolute best, but it is kind of sad seeing them on the pre-show, but if you think about it in an optimistic way, they are being seen by more people because you guarantee people are going to be watching the YouTube streams and the Facebook streams, so more people will see this match. It was very good, in my opinion, compared to the last matches. Ryback has been stepping it up. The only thing is, Kalisto won, which I'm supportive of either man winning because you can go multiple directions, but what's left for Ryback? I still think Ryback has something to offer. I have a little personal liking of Ryback. He's not my favorite, but I understand because he went to my rival high school, so I find that to be pretty cool. So, good little win for Kalisto. He continues. I hope they have some sort of story continuing for him, because my only complaint for this past month is there's nothing really big for Kalisto. Next was Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. It was a decent match going back and forth. Ziggler seems to be just the guy who breaks in the new guys now. He's more talented than that, but he's what's left to do with Ziggler at this point. But Ziggler got a nice one at a little roll up, a little confusing with Baron Corbin being a brand new guy on the main roster because he's very talented, and on NXT he's someone that you could have seen the progression of, and kind of wish could have won, but we'll see tomorrow on Raw what happens. All right, up to the main card. First, we had the tag team tournament. Number one contenders match, which ended in a no contest due to injury. The Vaudevillains and Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. I assumed the Vaudevillains were going to win anyway, but because of the injury due to the neck snap by Enzo, that was very scary. They had to end the match legitimately with New Day was out in the corner. I thought Enzo got really hurt. Reports are coming in that he's fine. Kevin Owens posted on Twitter that he's up and it was just a concussion, so hopefully he can recover from that well, because I guarantee you that they're going to be something big in the future. The next match was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in their very first main roster pay-per-view match, and throughout their whole WWE tenure so far in NXT, I was a fan of them as Kevin Steen and El Generico back in Ring of Honor and PWG and back in those days, so it was great seeing these guys, but when they were in NXT, they never had that one match. The first match told the story of Kevin Owens' dominance, which was really good. Their second match at NXT Rival was kind of disappointing. It was just a giant angle to set up the debut of Samoa Joe. Wait, no, it was NXT Unstoppable. My apologies. But it was really good seeing them at Payback, finally getting a one-on-one match, and they tore down the house, in my opinion. Second best match of the night. I really enjoyed it. Kevin Owens gets the clean win over Sammy. I would like if it was a little dirtier, but due to later circumstances I will talk about, it was fantastic. Kevin Owens gets the win. Sammy still looks incredible. Immediately after, Kevin Owens calls Byron Saxton to come in the ring for an immediate interview. Immediately says that he's going to refocus getting back the Intercontinental Championship instead of the WWE World Heavyweight, which I find very intriguing. And it shows that they're putting in some forth effort to bring back prestige to the Intercontinental Championship with someone as the high pro Kevin Owens willing to get it back. And he immediately said he was going to go sit on commentary for the next match, which was The Miz and Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. Maurice and The Miz is a fantastic combo, heel combo, but my favorite main roster wrestler is Cesaro, so I was 100% behind Cesaro. But I thought it was a good match back and forth, a lot of showcasing Cesaro's power, and good little spots by The Miz. The highlight was probably Kevin Owens on commentary. He was fantastic, running down all three, JBL, Byron Saxton, and Michael Cole. Thought it was really good. Then Sammy came out, and he and Kevin started fighting again like the chicken and Peter from Family Guy, and that was pretty funny. Caused a distraction roll-up despite Cesaro looking to have the win, making Miz tap, but the ref was turned away. Miz got a distraction roll-up. Little disappointed because I'm a huge Cesaro fan, and I'm just waiting for that day he gets the big title win, whether it be mid-card or world title reign as a babyface, because there is some definite money in Cesaro. But afterwards, there was a four-way brawl after the match, so it seems like we're getting a fatal four-way. at Extreme Rules, and I'm for that because I think it'll be a fantastic match. It'll bring the Intercontinental Championship a little bit more up in prestige, and I'd love to see where it goes. Next match I'm reviewing is Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. It was a good match. Dean Ambrose, we obviously know he's a fantastic performer and has the potential to be the top babyface. Right now they're focusing on Roman Reigns, and because of that, they've kind of made Dean Ambrose like the guy who can't win the big one. He lost his Intercontinental Championship. He lost at Fastlane. He got pinned clean. He got squashed by Lesnar, which was a horrible decision in my opinion. And he got a win over Jericho in a decent match. They seemed a little sloppy at some points, but at the end they knew what they were doing, and it's good to see Dean get a good win. I think he should continue getting more because he can really be a legitimate future world heavyweight champion, in my opinion. And Jericho, small comment, his run right now has been his best run since his feud with CM Punk, and I really appreciate that. I think it's because of the Styles feud and also this, but Jericho's been doing a lot better now. The next match I'm reviewing is the women's title match with Charlotte and Ric Flair and Natalya and Bret Hart. This was a good match. I liked their NXT takeover match better. Like the very first NXT takeover match they had better. It was basically the same thing. It was a good match. The screw job finish, I guess they just wanted to keep Natty strong, but also give Charlotte the little victory, and just to get the little moment with Bret Hart and Natalya doing dual sharpshooters. I really like how they're focusing on the women and giving them more legitimacy. I hope to continue. Sasha Banks is going to be taking that title off of Charlotte at SummerSlam, so I guess it's just stalling time and giving people feuds, which I'm fine with. The next segment was the Vince McMahon makes the decision on who controls Raw with Stephanie and Shane, and the crowd absolutely massacred him with CM Punk chants, and that was hilarious. And Stephanie came down and was getting absolute nuclear hate, just listing her accomplishments, but I completely understand the crowd's hatred. I would probably boo her too if I was in the crowd. So it was pretty cool seeing her get booed, and I don't know, it was a fun time. And then Shane came out and was showing all the headlines that how he's making Raw great, and Stephanie was showing her how she's been a great leader. And it was fun for the crowd interaction. It just seemed like they were stalling time, probably because the Enzo and Cass and Vaudevillains match had to go short. So they're just stalling time for the main event, and Vince makes a decision, so they're co-general managers. So let's just see how it plays out, because I'm just hoping the end goal is to have Triple H versus Shane McMahon at SummerSlam, or a variation of like a representative Triple H, preferably like Kevin Owens or Samoa Joe versus Shane McMahon, or something of that nature. And then the main event, which was Roman Reigns and AJ Styles. I'm a massive AJ Styles fan. I respect Roman Reigns, but his babyface character, I'm the guy character, is not my favorite. But they put on an incredible match, in my opinion. I didn't like how Roman kicked out of multiple finishers and just hit one, but it added to the drama. I did like... AJ looked like $1,000,000. Despite getting pinned clean in the middle of the ring, I thought AJ looked fantastic, and I hope it is conveyed to the front office that AJ Styles is here to be a main eventer, and he can make this company a lot of money. And I kind of hope he becomes the very first NWA, TNA, IWGP, and WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And with the count-out finish, it reminded me a lot of I think it was Dude Love and Stone Cold with McMahon as the guest referee, where they said, no, it's no count-out, after Roman got counted out, and then Roman did the nut shot on AJ, and they got the no disqualification stipulation made by Stephanie. Then Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson came out and were helping attack Reigns, and then the Usos came out, and they're having some nice spots jumping over. Fantastic performance by both men. AJ, I'm not saying that Styles carried Reigns, but AJ did most of the setting up, but Reigns did some good stuff, like that deadlift powerbomb. Not the Rampage Jackson one, that one was good too, but the deadlift set-out powerbomb was fantastic. And the giant dive, and then Styles hitting the 450 and those phenomenal forearms. That was a great, great match. And I didn't like how it was just a straight-out clean finish, but I did like at the end how they assured with the segment at the very end that they're going to continue this feud, that there's going to be a rematch at Extreme Rules, and I'm love to see how they're going to expand it. I don't know where they're going with this Bullet Club storyline, if Finn Balor's getting the call-up soon to turn on AJ, or wherever we're going, or if Roman's behind it. I don't know. It was a decent pay-per-view. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. And it was a decent payoff to a good month of building. I just hope they continue. And thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And have a great night.